These are not like a fine wine, okay? These don't get better with age. They get worse with age. Hell, there's a rather strong likelihood being a Ford that it'll turn to vinegar before anything else.
227,866 unsold 2025 or older new cars out there, and it is April 2026. Dad, when will these dealers be forced to liquidate all this lingering new unsold 2025 inventory? And as a friendly reminder, Ford is leading the league when it comes to these unsold new cars. You can see here, Ford has almost 90,000 unsold 2025 still out there on dealer lots right now, Pops. What's the deal with this? When do these dealers finally feel enough pressure and enough pain to sell out and liquidate these unsold new cars?
Apparently never. When I was in the business, everything was about inventory control, inventory management. You needed to know what your daily sales rate was by model so that you could match your inventory to your daily sales rate so you weren't sitting on all this aged inventory. I don't know what some of these new car managers are doing at dealerships today. It goes counter to everything that I learned about inventory management and retail automotive.
Let's look at the Bronco Sport, Dad. The Bronco Sport, there are 20,000 2025 or older Bronco Sports out there right now. And if I sort by oldest, oh God, I'm nervous to do this. Yeah, there are still some 2024s out there, folks, that these dealers, oh God, even some 23s, but let's disregard the 23s. There's 24s. There are new 2024s that have been sitting on dealer lots. You can see it here, 935 days, 933 days, 919 days. I'm going to the map view, Dad, just for the Bronco Sport for a second here. Where in the good old United States of America is it a buyer's market for the Ford Bronco Sport? Everywhere.
Apparently everywhere, yes.
In South Dakota, there are 323 new Ford Bronco Sports for sale. There's an 832 market days supply. Nebraska, 745 days supply. Nevada, 573 days supply. Just click into Nebraska for a second here. I mean, look at this, Dad. Every single dot you're seeing on the screen are cars for sale, ranked by how old they are on the dealer's lot. If you're in Lincoln, Nebraska right now, there's a dealer here, let's see, that has 20 of these just sitting there. What are you doing if it becomes April 23rd and you're still sitting on a 2025 Ford Bronco Sport? And again, there are 20,000 of these. The map shows a very clear picture. It's a buyer's market everywhere. It means one thing and one thing only. They're not lowering the prices enough.
Yeah. So the question has to become why?
Yeah, seriously. What incentive does Ford have not to get rid of these things? What incentive does the dealer have not to get rid of them?
None. These are not like a fine wine. Okay. These don't get better with age. They get worse with age. Hell, there's a rather strong likelihood being a Ford that it'll turn to vinegar before anything else.
This is disproportionately a Ford problem. Can you see that on your screen, Dad?
Yes.
Ford has
4 times worse.
Ford
Almost
has
5 times.
88,317 of the unsold 2025 or older new cars in the market right now. Jeep has 20,352. Chevrolet has 18,281. Nissan has 11,821. Kia 9,000. Hyundai 8,000. Mercedes-Benz 6,400. Audi 6,100. So this is disproportionately that Ford has flooded the market with unsold new cars. And then when you look at the breakdown of the actual models, it is disproportionately the Bronco Sports. We can come here. I'll pull it up on the screen. We can look at the different trim levels that are even sitting out there. And so disproportionately, it's the Big Bend trim. So let's take a quick peek here at the Big Bend and we'll look at the ones closest to me. I mean, yeah, these are $30 some odd $1,000, mid-30s $1,000 Ford Bronco Sports, and they're just obviously not selling. Invoice price to the dealer on this is $35,846. MSRP is $36,765. Let's click through to the dealer website.
Are there any incentives?
Yeah, I'm clicking through to the dealer website, so let's take a peek at it here. I mean, they're offering a $3,000 discount, and that's it.
There's no interest rate incentives. There's no customer rebate incentives.
I don't see anything.
Wow. I mean, if I was the general manager of that dealership, it's like I'm having a conversation every day with the new car manager. What is it that we're going to do to relieve ourselves of these aged new cars that we have? You can't afford to it takes up valuable real estate. Each one of those spots that a car sits in is worth money. And so you need to be turning those vehicles quickly. So I don't get it.
Now, another thing that's happening right now with unsold new cars that have flooded the market would be electric vehicle powertrain new cars. Now, it's interesting. We're only talking 19,000 leftover 2025s. But what's fascinating about this is so many of them are, again, Fords with the Mustang Mach-E. But Dad, the Ford Lightning, this vehicle's been discontinued. So what is the incentive for a dealer here that's been sitting on a Ford F-150 Lightning Flash for 252 days? And again, I mean, yeah, you can see the negotiation power on this one, Dad. It doesn't get much greener than that. You have all the leverage in the world. The dealer's already discounting by almost $13,000. Is it just the reality that they have to lower the price more to sell some of these unsold new cars?
Well, I'll remind you of what the area vice president for Penske used to say to us. If the customer hasn't said yes yet, you haven't lowered the price enough yet. It's just that simple. The only thing holding a customer back, typically, if they're interested in something, is the price of the damn thing. I would ask anybody that's in the car business that watches this, what would you do if you were a new car manager, if you were a general manager, if you were a dealer principal, and you saw a buildup of remaining 2025s, what do you think the course of action should be? And if somehow you come up with the concept is just wait, maybe you shouldn't be a GM, a new car manager, or a dealer principal.
Let's look at another brand, Dad. Let's do another analysis here, this time Jeep. So Jeep was in second place with the most amount of unsold new cars right now. So 2025 or older unsold new cars. And you can see there are 20,352 of them up at the top below the CarEdge logo. You can see disproportionately of those 20,000, it's Grand Cherokees, Dad. Grand Cherokees make up more than 8,000 and then an additional almost 5,000. So almost 13,000. It is 13,000 of Jeep's unsold new 2025s right now are Grand Cherokees, the Wrangler 4-door getting in on the fun as well. So let's come here to the Grand Cherokee Pops and let's do the same conversation. Now the price point here, and you can see the trim breakdown. So it's primarily the limited, some of the altitudes, but you can see here the price initially is significantly higher than what we had seen from the Bronco Sport. So the Bronco Sport wasn't selling at the $30,000 to $40,000 price point. You can see immediately here, the Grand Cherokee Limited, Dad, they're asking $54,000 for it. I'm curious. Yeah, you can see right there the dealer discount. The dealer's advertising an $8,440 discount. That's well in excess of 10% off of MSRP, but still not enough.
Well, and if I'm not mistaken, didn't Jeep lower the MSRP for 2026?
Yeah.
On the Grand Cherokee? So how much more of an incentive are you going to need in order to move the remaining 2025s? The extra money tied up in these vehicles, it becomes astronomical, overwhelming. So you can't let them age like this.
And since they have already aged like this, since there is a flood of unsold new cars out there, that's the buying opportunity for CarEdge customers. Again, I want to show here, Dad, let's look at the map view of this. So we've got Jeep Grand Cherokee up to 2025 new. Drum roll, please. Yeah, there you go. It's all green on the screen again. The green means, Dad, that there's a high market day supply of this particular vehicle. And you can see here, Dad, Florida, there are over 2,200 Jeep Grand Cherokees for sale right now, 2025s or older, 474 market day supply. New York, there are 4,000 of them in New York with a 438-day supply. If I click into New York here, I can then hone in on, Dad, where there are pockets where there are the oldest, longest sitting available inventory out there. And you can see here, there are certain areas where there's some red on the map. So that's where there's a little bit more competition, but pretty much everywhere in New York, whether you're in New York City, or let's come all the way out over here. We're near Buffalo or Rochester. Let's zoom in on this dealer again. 33, Dad. This dealer in Rochester, New York has 33 2025 or older Jeep Grand Cherokees. And you can see here 169 days on the market, 200 days on the market, 183. Like this map tool and this capability should help all car shoppers hone in on where there are pockets of unsold new cars and then go make an offer. Because if you're a dealer and you get a real honest to goodness potential customer on one of these cars, you have to listen to them.
Yeah, if you're the smart dealer, and apparently there don't seem to be very many of them when it comes to these, you're advertising a much lower price than and meaning it. Okay, when you advertise that price, you're advertising a transparent price so that you can get rid of it. It just makes no sense to me.
So let's transition away from the numbers for a minute here, and Dad, let's just do advice. What is your
Yes.
advice for someone who's out there and contemplating an unsold new car? One of these aged, unsold new cars. What are you doing? Are you doing a pre-purchase inspection? Are you test driving the car
Absolutely.
differently? Give us your advice. Yeah.
If you're looking at one of these aged cars, that you can go to our website and see how long it's been sitting there. And so if it's been sitting there 200, 300, 400, 900 days, by all means, get a pre-purchase inspection done. Get an independent set of eyes, because there are so many things that go wrong when cars just sit. It's just, the battery could be weak. It could need batteries. You could have rust on the rotors. The engine isn't lubricated the way it should be because it hasn't been driven or run in a while. The fluids can just evaporate over time. Yes, a pre-purchase inspection is a must. A long test drive to check out the tires. You have to treat it as a pre-owned car and get an independent inspection done.
Now, one of the benefits, though, to be very clear, of buying these unsold new cars, unlike a used car, is that the factory warranty hasn't started yet. The factory warranty starts when the title transitions on its in-service state. This is one of the huge benefits of buying a new car versus a used car, even though you're saying treat it like a used car in terms of the inspection you do if you're looking for one of these unsold 227,000 new cars.